Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic is boys can't handle feminine women and the passport bros. Boys can't handle feminine women. Post that, pin that, boom. Ready? Okay, so I'm not gonna be before you long, but like I said in the intro, if you've seen the lead up to the show, I was saying that basically, men put women in two categories, right? Either she has the potential to be a wife because she has the character of a wife, or she doesn't. If she doesn't, then she's just to have fun with. Okay, so fun or wife is the categories. But women need to learn, right? Women need to learn that there's a difference between boys and men. But boys to men, boys to men, ABC, baby. I'm feeling like I can. Yeah, you remember that song? Doing a little East Coast show. All right. So a lot of times as a women, we allow our emotions to get the best of us. And so we are sorry for the delay, by the way. I apologize for that. The internet was acting very weird. We allow as women our emotions to say, you're not a man, you're this and you're that. But there are some real males out here that you can tell the little boy just pops up, and it's not a bad thing that the little boy comes out. But when the little boy comes out and says, that's why I like you, good, me, right? When the little boy pops out and want to be mean for no reason, we have some problems. Men say they want a fit, friendly, feminine woman who's faithful. Okay, it's the fourth F now. Keep up. Keep up, ladies. I know some women don't want to hear it. And I'm sorry, but you're the girls versus the women. The marriage-minded women are like, okay, let me hear what the other side has to say. Let me hear what they want. It's not all about me. Me, 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 me. We're in the society of me, right? It's not all about me. I want what I want, but what does he want too? Ooh, what? What you talk about maturity? Girl, you better stop. What they take you maturity? What? Are we talking about maturity? If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, #replay. So there's boys and there's men. There's girls and there's women. I think we're mature enough to talk about one side of the equation without saying, but boys do it too, but girls do it too. But I have dedicated this show to talk about real men and real mature men, I should say. You can be a man, but you have boy ways, right? In the Bible, David says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I was acting like a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Some men are ready to put away childish things. I think they deserve their respect. I know y'all don't want to give them respect. So here's the story. I heard you guys when y'all said all men deserve respect. I said, no problem. Sounds good to me. When my car, many, many, many times over the years, either needed a jump, needed a flat tire, needed something, car got locked out the car twice. This just happened to me last week, right? But if I didn't take y'all advice and say, be nice to men, all men deserve respect, this and then a third, hello, I wouldn't have got the help that I got. I know it. They would do it without having you be nice to them, right? So men always come to my rescue. I'm sorry to do. So what happened was the other day, I was coming into the gas station, and this guy opened the door real wide, went to the trash, opened it, and then so he saw me coming in, he hurried up and closed the door. So the girl in there was like, "Oh my gosh, you didn't hold a door for a woman, this and then the third." All I came into the conversation was, and I heard, "I don't hold door for women. Women, y'all the ones say y'all want equal rights. Y'all said y'all want equal rights, right? So they don't want to open the door. Okay, sir, I have hands. I can open the door myself. No problem. But here's what I noticed, right? Black men, we're going to talk about the passport bros in a second. Black men had to observe while other races run to pull the door open for me. Not to, this is really, I'm talking about facts, things that happen. I'm not trying to elevate myself, right? They run and open the door. If they see a feminine woman coming around, they're like, "Oh, she's beautiful. Let me open the door." They go out their way to open the door. Meanwhile, I noticed that young black men stand by their nice car and think they can get my number. They let the other guy open the door, and then they think they can get the number because their car is nice. I don't care, sir. I don't care. Okay, right? We don't care. I mean, some women care. Oh my God, I don't like your car. Not me. So, so he stood by the car, and he was like, I got a car, I got money. And the other one was like, I got money, right? And I was like, turns out he was a drug dealer. Like I was like, like I say hi, but I was like, something was like, girl, don't say a thing. He's like, you want to get my number? You want to get my number? Turns out they was coming to like, I don't know, they were trying to come find a phone, and I don't know if guns was pulled, but I know the cops were being called, and all the people was looking like, is she gonna give them the number? I was like, y'all are crazy as hell. Y'all want to come help me? I'm running to my car, right? Because some men cannot handle when a woman is being feminine and passive. What do? They don't know what to do because they're so used to other things that they start to be aggressive. They start to be aggressive, and as a man, you gotta hold on and control yourself. Control. You want to get my number. I know he was feeling himself. He's like, I got money. I got a cup. You want to get my number? I don't care. So he just didn't want to lose. But my point was, when this guy did not open the door for me, he goes on and on about to this Muslim. It was like three Muslim people having a conversation, on and on about how he doesn't want to help. Oh gosh, he doesn't want to help women, and he's all for, like, he doesn't even want to do help provide, even though his religion tells him to provide. He's like, we could do 50-50, this and then a third. The girl was talking some other stuff. And anyway, I thought it was interesting that he thought he was going to hurt my feelings to not open the door. And I was like, well, think about it. If a feminine woman, if you're treating feminine women like that, right? Feminine marriage minded women, okay? If she has some kind of like boundaries, she's not going to just jump in a relationship with you and just nothing's happening. If y'all at the point that he's paying your bills, this and then the third, she has marriage on her mind, right? So you think that you're going to find her by shutting the door on people's face? Don't know how to handle what you swear you want, because you mad because you say that we're not being feminine enough, and when we are feminine enough, don't know how to act. So my first point is, some men want to treat us equally, equals that, and that equals mistreatment. Mistreatment. Okay. So I never said personally I want to be treated equally. I had nothing to do with it. I was an innocent bystander, and it's giving hurt. It's giving somebody hurt you so bad that you don't even it's open the door. It's the easiest thing you could do. So as you was going to go through it anyway, right? To hold it for 2 more seconds. The funny thing is, I hold the door. I hold the door a little longer if somebody's coming. You know what I mean? It's called being considerate and being a human being. But he was trying to show off. All right. So he's his in his mind, I'm not simping for no woman. I'm not simping. I'm not simping. And guys, what's so funny that I noticed, and tell me if I'm wrong. High value men, they be simping. gentlemen, okay? They be gentlemen, open the door, do this, do that, what you need, baby. But so you trying so bad to be this masculine man, and you think being a masculine man is not being nice to women. That's not the point. That is not it. Nobody say do a backflip, but if you're right at the door, just hold it a little bit longer. He was just like, no, we treat women horribly around here, and I'm the man. It's like nobody's gonna submit to that. So that's why a lot of women are like, I'm not submitting to that. They wasn't gonna submit anyway though. Like, let's be real, ladies. You wasn't gonna submit. You wasn't gonna submit. Now I had to ask myself. So I go through these things myself and ask myself, were you really submissive? You know, I know you were married, but were you really submissive? And I could say yes. I could say yes. I could say there's moments where I could see I wasn't, but I could say yes. And the result and because of comments, I know that I was, you know. I remember before somebody was like, oh, I don't like how you don't X, Y, and Z. You need to curse these people out. My sisters, they would have cussed her out. I want you to be just like my sister. I'm like, wait, so you want me to be feminine? You want me to be sweet? And then you want me to cuss people out? It's not making sense. I was confused. And he made me try to make me feel bad about being a feminine woman. And I was like, I don't know about this. I was confused. I didn't know. So I thought I was doing something wrong. But in reality, he was so used to masculine women, that he was just like, you know, my sisters are this. They don't take no crap. They don't take no this. They don't take no that. And I'm just like, they not feminine at all. They not at all. Okay. Hey, Liz. Hey, Vanessa. How are you? So, women, I'm asking you, like, do you see when you're being feminine and you're just being kind and sweet, that some men don't know how to handle it, and some men kind of try to take advantage of it? So recently I had an issue with, my car, and I noticed how every time I have the issue with the car, the guy was like, "What? You don't know what's wrong?" Like, he was not being disrespectful. I'm not nothing. So I noticed it every time. And finally, because I am still in business. I am still a woman, and I have my masculine side too. Everybody has feminine and masculine. I let him have it. And all the guys there that was at the car shop were like on my side. They're like, "Yeah, I understand why he acting like that with you." Right? I don't get it. Right? And I was just like, I said, every time you talk to me, you're being disrespectful, and I'm sick of it. Like, I was just letting him know. I didn't curse at him. I didn't do none of those things, because I'm like, I'm trying to be respectful. Like, you pushing me, but I'm trying to be respectful. And I noticed that you always go to disrespect, right? And I don't know about cars like that. So I'm just like, I know, but I do. Out of experience, I'm like, out of my experience, and I got a lot of experience with cars breaking down. This is what I believe is going on, right? But he's trying to be intimidating, and, and like, you don't know this, you don't know that, like, try to find one little crack and then break it open. And I'm like, that's not how a real man acts with a woman. Like, no, no, I'm telling you, no. Now, let me give you an example, because I listened, okay? Men, I listened. So somebody was saying, when you're dealing with your son, don't be so aggressive and going after him and taking him down and all of that stuff. Don't do that with your son. Try to be soft with him and see how he responds. And I started doing that. And even today, like, I took his little Fruit Loops. I took his Fruit Loops bag, and he's like, ah. And I was like, I did a soft little, and then act like a little cat. Meow, meow, come on. Can I have some? Oh my gosh. My son started feeding me the the Fruit Loops. He started feeding me the fruit. I was like, oh man, what am I going to do? Ruth, you trying to teach him a lesson? Are you going to eat out of his hand? And you know his hands is not that clean. I was like, do it for the team, bro. And I ate the one Fruit Loop. Oh my gosh, he kept feeding me the Fruit Loops. Matter of fact, he was like, take it, take it, take it. He kept giving, he gave me all of his Fruit Loops. You want to experiment? I gave you experiment. The boy gave me all his Fruit Loops. Instead of being mom, like, I said, give me that. Give it to me. Da, da, da. I did. Can I have it, please? Soft and submissive. See, what I learned is, like the Bible says, a soft answer calmeth down wrath. So masculine men appreciate, when we humble ourselves. I don't kiss no butt. I don't this and that. Mm. You're gonna have a hard time. Well, when you're at work, ma'am, when you're at work, do you have a nice tone with your supervisor? Your tone automatically is on autocorrect. Autocorrect when you're talking to your supervisor. So yes, you know how to talk to people, even when you don't feel like being kind or respectful. You do it regardless at work. Why? Because your livelihood is on the line. Your livelihood is on the line. So you're respectful. But when it comes to your man, you feel like you have nothing to lose because he's not going nowhere. Why do y'all treat black men like that? I don't see. It's a power trip because it's funny how when moms abuse children, right? Or when moms take advantage of children, we'll take advantage of children. Men take advantage of women. Women take advantage of children. That's how it goes, right? And so we'll take advantage of the things that we have power and control over. But it's so interesting because God showed me a while ago, right? Give me a second. There we go. Okay. I lost that for a second. I'm back. Um, you're gonna need the smallest person one day. You're gonna need your child one day. So you treat everybody with respect. So if you want that man to respect you, you got to learn how to respect your own children. Like they're human beings. Oh, we can't have that conversation because y'all feel like you have total control, domination, and all of that. Y'all get mad when y'all kids don't listen, but you get mad when a man is asking you, hey, not even submission, like cooperation. Can you just cooperate? Do you have to run your mouth every single time you don't like something? Can you keep it? Can you pick your battles? They'll even appreciate when you pick your battles. You can really disagree with a black man, but if you pick your battles, he gonna listen regardless. Not with that guy that's I'm gonna damage all women because women want to be treated equally. So let me be a jerk to everybody. Come on, but you can't do it to your mama though. Ooh, my point. Some men don't know what to do with feminine women. All right, so let's go. Oh, okay, yeah. Like, so let's say we on a date, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So where we going? Like, well, they'll ask you, oh, what kind of food do you like to eat? Where you want to go? And then when we actually get there, it's like, okay, like, you can pick the place. Some of them have a problem picking the place because they're so used to women telling them exactly where they want to eat, exactly what they want to do, and then they just do it. Y'all can't y'all don't know what to do when somebody's like, hey, leave. Not every man, but the men I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So I just shook my head. Just shook my head. Just shook my head. All right. What are we now? So there is a book called The Boy Crisis. The Boy Crisis. And it's basically talking about how America makes men weaker. How America makes men weaker. And statistics show since 1965, let me see if I can remember these stats. All right, so let's say I'm a ballpark it. So in 1965, about 25% of kids were lived without their father. Okay, by now it's 70 over 70% live without their father, and we're talking blacks. We're talking black people. And for white people, it was like 3% in 1965 live without their father in the home, and now it is 25. Is it 25? Yeah, 25%, something like that. Now it's 25%. Okay. So what happens when the man was, oh, they explained it very well. When the man is not in the home, okay, the example that he used is, let's say he said, your dad says, finish your peas, right? And I knew this. Like, I used to get, when I was younger, I used to get so mad. It's like, your dad just, even today, I'm like, Emmanuel, get up. He's falling out. This and that and the third. You know, my therapist is a black older man, right? And that's by design. And he was like, come on. That's all he said. Emmanuel gets up, straightens up, and he's, I'm gonna pick you up because I'm strong. Right. Shout out to my therapist. Okay. And Emmanuel immediately start listening to this man because he's a man, because he knows, like, yeah, I'm gonna get myself together. So kids know that they could play games with mommy, but I didn't know it was manipulate and negotiate time. That's how they see their mom. So if there's only that, and then women are just like, dang, why don't you get a kid a break? Why don't you this and that and like, oh, you had a bad day, and we just think that the dad is being unfair. But the good thing for me, I grew up in, I noticed my parents' strategy was always go with the strictest parent. Maybe they didn't talk about it out loud. They're like, let's go ask your mother, go ask your dad. I'm like, oh, I hate this. Right? Good thing they were like upstairs and downstairs, right? So that was important to know. Whoever has the strictest rules wins. So if you can co-parent and y'all have that, whoever has the strictest rules, that's the rules that you go by, that would be awesome. That would be great. But our boys are being raised without delayed gratification. I'm getting to the passport, bros. I'm coming. I got you. So delayed gratification is the single indicator on whether somebody's going to be a success. And that is why and did you know that when fathers raise the kid, they have the same stats if the father is in the home. Basically, if the father raises the kids, unless I'm gonna give you an unless. Some fathers, oh Lord, oh my gosh. Some fathers, they don't put their foot down about nothing, okay? Or they put their foot down about the wrong things, like nothing that is gonna be like helping the kid. It's only like a direct annoyance of them, then the kid is in trouble. So the kid really has no direction. But that is a product of what I'm saying, a fatherless home. You know how to manipulate. A lot of these I'm trying to find a word. I don't want to use weak men, right? I want to say less masculine men, right? Less masculine men who did not have that man as a role model. They are really good at manipulating the situation. They are really good at negotiating. They don't want to wait for anything. So you have people like Auston Holleman. Let me say this first. I don't have no problem with somebody going, like, I've been talking to these women and some of them listen, but most of them don't. I'm be real with you. Unless they listening quietly and not saying nothing and like, I'm just not going to get satisfaction of listening to her, right? They don't listen. And I'm okay with that. I work with younger girls now. Younger girls, oh, they listen, they see results right away. So I'm cool with that. Younger, I don't have no problems with that. And I should say, so this guy, Auston Holleman, Holleman, is looking, they were saying they were looking for wives somewhere else. They were in passport, bro. Let me get my passport and go somewhere else and get me a wife. That's what they said in the beginning. And I understand that. Well, if we have the obesity problem and we have a lack of respect. Like literally overnight, women could just get married if they could have that respect. If you could just close your ears to what society is telling you. Here you go. Here's the cheat code. Here's Root of Relationships 190, all in one sentence. If you can learn, regardless if you have children or not, the right person is not going to care. If you can respect that man and cooperate with that man and always keep yourself up, you get to go. You get to go the best you can. The best you can. So anyway, but like I said, I think cooperation number one. Do they want looks? Of course. But cooperation number one. At this point, girls that listen, they could pick whatever they like. They could pick whatever they want because the women, they just refuse to cooperate these days. We do. We refuse. We think we are so right. But my question is, 20 years from now, what if what you're saying today doesn't work? It's going to be too late for you if you're wrong. But people don't think like that. They don't think long term. Why? Because a lot of us were born, not me, but a lot of us came from single parent household. In particular, not living with your father, single mother household. Okay. So we don't look at things from a long-term point of view. We want things quick now, hurry now. That's all we want is now. Delayed gratification. That's why men save for retirement. I don't know the numbers on that, but it seems like they do a lot more than we do, right? Delayed gratification. They will downsize their lifestyle. Women, we have a harder time downsizing our lifestyle voluntarily so we can save some money. We do have that issue sometimes. A lot of the time with people that I service, and you know I'm a realtor, your favorite realtor. And it's the women. I'm like, I gotta tell the women, don't spend the money, and they be like, ha ha ha. How'd you know, Ruth? Right? Ha ha ha. I know what you do. All right, so yeah, so that's how we are. So number two is let's talk about the passport bros exploiting these women, right? Like I said, I don't have a problem with men going. That's what I was trying to say. Um, I jump all over the place. I'm working on it. Men, if you feel like you want to go somewhere else to find a wife, at this point, I tried to tell them. I tried to tell them, and it's okay to find a wife. Okay, I mean, even for pleasure, that's cool. That's your business. It's just the way they go about it. And something about how he was moving and how they were acting. Like you can literally go and mind your business and quietly go somewhere else and get yourself your boo thing, your rotation on the low. But the fact that you out there putting it out there so loud, the fact that you got to put down black women, you got to put down black women be in order to do what you got to do, it screams hurt and toxic and crazy. That's what it does. Just like the Mr. Don't want to open the door for women. Who cares? Nobody cares. We just don't, just you just get disqualified on this end. That's all. All right. It's never um it's never been easier in all of America's history to get tail. It's never been easier. So if you took the argument and say, I want to go get a wife out of this country, right? We can all respect that. But if you want to go to another country to get tail and blame the women here, it just means you didn't have no game here. It just means nobody believes you, and you're in the I'm like, as you listen to this man, you just get irritated. Everybody's getting triggered, men and women, because the way you're talking, you got to put one person down, and you got to, and then you're exploiting other people. And I'm the same attitude. I'm trying to tell you this, the same similar attitudes. So men, I want y'all to hear me. When women are complaining, please give them grace, because they really don't know that men are in different categories, because they were taught that all men are X and all men are Y. On TV, what do they portray? The mom's the smart one and the dad is the bumbling idiot, right? This is how they grew up watching, thinking their dad's a failure. Well, they didn't have no dad in their life. Some of them didn't have a dad. Well, we could say 70% of them did not have a dad in the home to say, that guy, that's not how my dad act. My dad run the show around here. Oh. We had full out, war when we were like teenagers. Oh no, we were terrified of our dad. Oh my gosh. He used to walk around with the WWF belt on his back, right? he had he had weapons of mass destruction. We were like, oh no, we're gonna do our dirt, but we know we're gonna pay the price. Okay. We are going to pay the price. So we were scared of our dad. All right. So it's one thing to go find a wife, but what they would what this guy did, Austin Holleman, he got banned from Brazil. Okay, where either he got banned or they were threatening his life because he put people's daughters. See, this is the thing: you treat somebody's daughter foul for no reason. Stay on topic, Ruth. Foul for no reason. Asking them, hey, would you kiss me? Would you go out to eat with me? Would you if I take you on a date, would you sleep with me? All of these things. And he said he was a sex tourist. He said it out his own mouth. If y'all want me to find it, let me know. Comment below. Like, I'll find it, Ruth. He said all of these things. So really he was taking the model that we have, you know, we are shameless in America. People can't keep their body count to themselves. Shh. You are on the internet. Respect yourself, ladies. I don't care. I'm okay with sexual positivity, blah, 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 blah. Don't you see all the tricks and the traps? You don't see the tricks and the traps, ma'am. Tricks are for kids. You got to see when somebody's setting you up. I like when they be like, hey, how much money do you make? Well, why would you just tell them how much money you make? It's on the internet. Like, first, I would have thought the IRS. What? Then I would have thought, I don't want people to ask me for money. Oh, you're on Sunset Boulevard. How much money do you make? I'm glad they say it because we at home like to know. But to be the one that y'all asking me the questions and you don't say mind your business when they ask you like certain sexual questions, mind your business because we used to have modesty. Ooh, talk about values. Oh yeah, we used to have modesty. We used to have privacy. Now we feel like it's not real if it's online. We live in a virtual world. We constantly connected and constantly got to be online and constantly. I do it too. I'm on YouTube all the time, but most of it's for work. So he's putting these girls on camera and asking them these questions, showing off their bikini pic, like they're on the beach in their bikini, and somebody's pop saw it. Somebody was like, wait. You're not coming here to disrespect our women. So basically, the women were looking like they were easy. And so I was like, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. I said, hey, if you have to go find yourself a white star, I can't stop you because if you try here and it didn't work, I understand. But when you start playing games and the women called it, women was called, it's like, we ain't want you no way. You right? We ain't want you no way. Because if you think about it, guys that get women are not running away from the situation. I'm sorry, but they're not. They have plenty of options. So you guys with no options are going over. We all know this. We know this. We know this. So, so let me tell you story time. There was somebody that came online. It was crazy because he was just talking. I didn't know. And if you guys want to come on here, let me know. But it went left because he was talking about his ex and his ex popped up, but I never put it out there because it would embarrass somebody that watches the show faithfully. Why would I do that to somebody? Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, if the people know that if you come on here and you say something crazy, it's going to be posted regardless, that's different. But if you think you come in here for help and then I expose you, exploit you, then that's unethical on my part. So I never posted it, even though I was like, oh, this good, it's juicy. Ooh, it might be a viral moment. It was so funny. He's like, I think she's on here. Anybody saw that? That was so funny. It was live. It was embarrassment enough. He was like, she wasn't this, and she wasn't that, and she wasn't this. And then he's like, oh, I think that was her. Oh, man, it was too funny. But out of respect, you don't try to embarrass people. So that's what he did. And guess what? They got I don't really know the full story, but he got death threats and he left. He's in Philippines now. The Philippines. And he was taking money to go spend the money on these girls to support their lifestyle. So you saying it was some women was not even having it. They went over there. He went over there and he didn't even know the language, right? And he would say certain words like trigger, and he just wanted to show the other guys, oh look, it's so easy to come and you know sleep with them, like have fun with them, right? They're so much better than American women. That I'm like, so wait, don't you think in every society there's gonna be girls that are easy, there's gonna be girls that are higher value, and you're not gonna have access to those women? You thinking every woman from that place is like that? And they did not like how the government did not like how they were being portrayed. Don't come and portray our women like this. So now you made it harder for all the black men now because you playing games, and the same games you wanted to play. How you gonna say, well, after dinner can we go have sex? Like that's your game. But the way he was talking was like, yo, you don't get girl. You just one of those people that blurt out any dumb thing out off the top of your head. You don't know how to talk. And then when you see him talking to other men that have more masculine energy, I would have spotted this so quick. I ain't want to watch this video, so I didn't care. I was like, you go and just go, because I don't care about no passport bros, right? You go and just go. Waste of time. But when I heard the interview and the guy was like giving it to him, more masculine man was giving it to him, I found out a lot of things about this man. First of all, everybody knows somebody like this guy. He was a liar. He lied. What kind of lies did he tell you, Ruth? Right? What kind of lies? First of all, you can tell so much about a person by how they don't care about portraying somebody else's character. They didn't care. He didn't care about those girls. Like, look, she's beautiful and she's going to sleep with me tonight. He didn't care. We know guys like that. Don't we know these games? Don't we see these games? Not all guys are like this. There's guys that sit on the sideline like, how you going to let him play you, sis? Anybody ever hear that from a friend? How you going to let him play you like that, sis? You don't see it? You don't see it? This guy lied. He said, oh, when I was 6, I was watching PORN. And oh no, he said when I was 6, I said I wanted to go to Brazil. I'm like, yo, you just made that up on the fly. So the guy stuck with it. You want to ever if you want to ever find out a liar, right? You got to ask him more questions. Let him get you the details, because I promise you there are no details. Pathological liars, there are no details. I'm all about the age. I've been wanting to go to Brazil ever since I was 6. I said, boy, he said, what kind of household was you raised? Oh, don't let me go there, y'all. If y'all want to see it, you got to comment. You got to see it. Like, Ruth, you got to show me this. Show me. So he said that. What else did he say? And now he's fearing for his life. Now he's fearing for his life. So when you get a girl that is feminine, this is what happened. The girl was feminine. She was beautiful. She was fit. I'm gonna give you your flowers. I don't have no, like, we're jealous for what, right? I give you your flowers. But when you got the girl that was fit, feminine, and friendly, and potentially faithful, you fumbled her. This is how they act. This is how they act. You saying you want something, but you really don't want something. So you're one of those guys that lie about it. You're one of those guys that lie about your intentions. Ooh. Guys that got it like that, let me tell you something. Even if you're feminine, if he's straight up with you, like, look, I don't want no relationship, then you can make your own assessment and decide what you want to do. But guys that got to lie to get it, despicable. Despicable. There's guys that lie and will say, oh, she bought into the fancy. That's on her. Knowing that women can be naive sometimes. If they like you, that's how they was acting. If you want to know, let me know. Then he didn't want to learn the language. That tells me you're lazy. You couldn't keep your facts straight. That tells me you're a liar. You put somebody on camera, that tells me you on camera to embarrass them, right? You say you like her. Why would you embarrass somebody that you like? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Then he had apology. When you heard the apology, first of all, I want to. I'm sorry. I don't really go in on people, but this was crazy. The boy's 23. The boy's 23. So I give you that. He's very young, but y'all want to follow a 23-year-old. Oh, we live in the black community. This and then the third. What they're not understanding is those Brazilian men, they built up their women to be a certain kind of way. You didn't come in this community. You didn't contribute to the society that we're in. You didn't help the women become better. They did their thing over there. Don't come take their women because they was after him. So he feared for his life. He's like, I can't go. My name is bad in the street. I was like, isn't that interesting? Ooh. I got a saying this in the Bible, but it says, live by the sword, die by the sword, essentially, right? And it's in there. Live by the sword, die by the sword is the very thing you do to people is what's gonna kill you. Ooh. He was embarrassing people and messing up people's reputation, but now he gotta leave. I find that very interesting. Do you? My third point. We talked about the passport bros. My third point is avoid feminine behaving men. Avoid men that cannot stand on their square. Avoid men that have low integrity. Avoid men that lie. Avoid men that cheat. Avoid them, avoid them, avoid them. Because that's going to be you next. They're going to be men that don't know how to lead. They're not ready. So he basically want to microwave a situation, get discount. He wanted a gorgeous, like if he wanted the same caliber woman in the States, she would cost too much for him. He doesn't want to work on himself. He doesn't want to grow. He just want to go straight to it. He's like, like cheap labor. He wants to go over there for some cheap. Oh, all I got to do is support her lifestyle. And then you go in and sipping for other women. But you're saying that American women are more difficult. Are you over there supporting them? Because you're supporting the people over there. This is what happens when people say, I'm going to the other side. Then they go do things that they would never done for the other side, for the first side. I'm okay. Personally, I'm okay with working with a man who does not know particularly how to lead, like jump in there and lead and this and that and the third. Because some men, just like I wish some men would stop being judgmental. I want to say this because I experienced somebody not being judgmental. Baby, I'm never going back. Never going back. Not judgmental, understanding, positive. And so what I say with, okay, maybe in the past you've gotten people that you could not lead. There's no way you could lead her because you can't just grab her by her hair and lead her. She has to allow you to lead. So I will give you little like cues, little passes so you can dunk the ball, right? I will help you with that. Just like when I didn't know certain things, well, okay, you let him walk. He's always gonna let you walk first, or certain little things I didn't know. I had to learn on my own, and I was hoping the person would have patience that I could learn all of these things. I don't know because that's not how y'all act. It was a different generation. So I'm like, you can't expect me to know all of these things, and I don't expect a man to know from the gate how to lead every single last woman. I'm a different woman, so you have to find out how to lead me. If you hire an employee, tell me if I'm speaking good. If you hire an employee, won't you think you have to lead each person a little differently? Don't if you have multiple kids, don't you think you have to deal with each kid differently? So the same thing. So it's going to take a different set of skills to lead me than a different kind of woman. That's not gonna that thing you used to say or do. That's not gonna work with me. So my question is, why would a woman submit to a man that disrespects her? That purposely does petty things like close the door in front of your face. Purposely does things to embarrass you. Purposely, you want a feminine woman. You want somebody to settle down with. You want a partner. You said that's what you wanted. We all know that's not what he wants, right? He just wants easy access to women. All right. That's not what he wants. But for men that really are looking for a wife, don't disrespect women because it's I feel like it's a double whammy because to be feminine, you have to humble yourself. So you're on a power trip if you step on the neck of somebody that's already humbling themselves. That's why it's so disrespectful. to to um to disrespect a feminine woman because she's already humbling herself. You don't think I have an answer, a real smart answer set in the back of my head? Oh yes, I have stopped myself plenty of times. And guess what? Because I didn't answer when I needed that person on the flip side, they were okay with it because I wasn't disrespectful. I was watching Paris Blues, older movie, and with it'll come to me. And the women, oh my, you guys got to watch older movies because I loved it. This guy was being, his name was Ram, and he was being so rude to this woman. She wasn't like a woman that take a lot of crap, but what are you going to do as a woman, right? Are you going to punch him in the face if he's being rude to you or he's in a crabby movie? No, you just going to be like, okay, I mean, I see you upset. He's like, no, da 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 da. And she was like, oh, okay, sorry. Kept stirring the food. Okay, that's fine. You don't want to do it. That's fine. And what's the automatic response? And I know I already knew this. He backs all the way down. Remember Emmanuel who didn't want to give me none of his Fruit Loops, giving me all the Fruit Loops because I was being kind and gentle? That's how that works. So back in the day, they was like, you don't know how to get stuff out of your husband. You don't know how to do this and that. I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't know. They meant being feminine. But not using it in a way to manipulate. It's just a natural thing that happens between men and women. So this is, I saw him with gaslighting. I saw him do a lot of things in his fake apology. And he's talking about, I would love to be in Brazil. It's so funny how people be begging. I just was in this conversation the other day with a real estate client. He was just cussing the landlord out. And then he was like, but if you want to help me, no, nobody wants to help jerks. Don't you get it? Nobody wants to help jerks. So you could say, I'm a man. I do whatever I want. But there's consequences to that. Ain't nobody going to submit to that. Why would somebody willingly give up their will for somebody they know they cannot trust? I can't trust you if you're going to mistreat me. I can't trust you, but guess what? For the person that I could trust, they're going to get the best treatment in the world. They're going to get the best treatment because I've chose somebody I believe would give me the best treatment. This above average stuff. So these guys, the barbarians, and never back down to a woman, they're not understanding what happens behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, that man is not forcing himself on his woman. He still got to ask like everybody else. Because she's a human being. So that is what's important. That men have to learn how to become. I advocate for men being more masculine. I advocate for men putting their foot down. When a woman is getting out of control and she's doing whatever, if I'm out of control, if I'm going off of my emotions, please check me. Please. Because that's what you're here for. That I don't go off the rails. Please check me. I'm okay with that. Because when you two like-minded growth mindset people are going in this direction, if you see me going to the left, get me back on this direction because I'm going to appreciate it because I want the same thing you want. The reason why they say divorce is happening is because people won't change. They won't lower their pride to change. So the same reason why some people are not getting married is the same reason why people are not getting that people are getting divorced. Same reason why people are not getting married is the same reason why they are getting divorced. Pride. And submission says, well, and for a woman on the woman's side, if I can trust you enough, if I know you have my best interest at heart, I will let you decide. I will give you the space to lead. If you can't get that being disrespectful, you haven't earned it. So, my friends, and I'm going to let you go. If y'all have any comments, please leave it below. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And hit me up if you want to buy a home this year or next year or credit. Fix your credit and boost your credit, okay? My friends, please learn how. Like, Lord, ask God, Lord, please make me humble. Both sides, men and women. Make me humble so I will not lose that person that could be a gift to my life. Trust me, it's not cute when you're about to go under and you have nobody to your side and you just like, I got to go through this all by myself. Anything could happen to me. That's not cute. Like, it's not like, oh, I want to do everything. Yeah, when you're okay, able bodied, and everything is good, it's great to be by yourself. But when you are down, that's when you really need somebody. The Bible even says it's better for the two, like they will keep each other warm when times are cold. Ooh, ooh. But you're like, well, you in the time of cold, well, you don't make six figures, so you got to get up out of here. I'm always throw that in your face, lady. I'm always throw it in your face because it's silly. Your mama didn't get no man with six figures, but you want a man with six figures. Okay, I'm done. All right, Ruth, you didn't cross the line. Don't be disrespectful. God, Black women, I love you. I really want to see y'all win. I started the show for you, ladies, because I could see the error in my ways. There's some things I don't think anymore. I changed my stance on some things because I grew as a person and I got the information that I need to make better decisions. It's okay to change your stance. It's okay to grow as a human being. And don't let nobody punk you or say, oh, I thought you believe in this. And I thought you didn't believe in 50-50. And I thought you didn't believe in this and that. It depends on the circumstance, my friend. That's why it's hard to do these shows because it's like you got to take a stand. You can't pick both. Both. BOAF. Both. No. Okay. So women, the best thing I've ever done was tap more into my femininity. And even my child has done it. I'm like, girl, you're always in that skirt, right? She's working on her femininity as well. And she's not going back. Once you try it, once you see it, you're like, oh, I love it here. I love it here. I feel good and look fabulous all the time. I love it here. And they treat me with respect and honor. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Ruth and relationships, Ruth and relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Leave a comment below. Bye. Share this with a friend. Share it, share it, share it. Share it with a friend. Share it, share it, share it. Share it with a friend. Share it, share it, share it. Share it with a friend. Share, share, share. Share with a friend. Share, share, share. Share it with a friend.